And what's going on, everybody? This is Terminator Juice. Just want to do a real quick video, announce some details and about a tournament that I'm going to hold for Mario Kart 8 on Thursday nights. Before I get into that, it seems like every live stream I do, I get to the YouTube once it uploads. I see that people were watching it via YouTube and asking questions in the comment section. If anyone's watching this right now on YouTube, the reason I've never answered questions is because we don't see them. You got to be on Google Plus. So if anyone's watching this on YouTube, you need to go to Google Plus and search Terminator Juice. It's 2 words, and then follow me, and you'll see my event there. That way, if you have any questions or comments, I can see them on the Q&A app. So yeah, if anybody needs to do that real quick, I will just give you guys an update where I'm at with Mario Kart 8. I just beat 100cc with 3 stars last night. I had the 50cc done real quick with 3 stars, and I haven't had a whole lot of time to play, or not as much as I'd like. So I just finished 100cc. I had a little trouble with the flower cup. That damn DK jungle was giving me trouble. So I 3-starred that finally. I started 150cc. So I'm a little bit behind. I see people are already done with 150cc, and some people are even done with the 150 mirrored. So yeah, my skills aren't quite honed yet. I haven't found a main character or someone that I want to stick with all the time yet. I'm kind of just playing as a different character each time to unlock that stamp for that character. So having a little trouble with the sport bikes as well. I really like how they look, and I like, Rosalina, her character model and stuff on the bike with the race suit and stuff. But I'm just having a little bit of trouble controlling my drifting and stuff. So I'm kind of switching back and forth between karts and the sport bike. Some of the standard bikes they're pretty slow, even though I forget what her name was, the girl that won P Nintendo's Francis's Player Essence tournament this weekend on Sunday. She was using a standard bike with Rosalina, so obviously that works good enough. But because I have a sport bike in real life, I just really wanted to use that bike. But I'm gonna keep trying, keep plugging at it, and try to master it, and hopefully, be able to use that the majority of the time. But right now, I'm having to use the karts, and I'm a drifting master with the karts. So anyway, enough about that. I'm just going to get into the tournament, the details, and why I chose to do it on a Thursday night, why it's at 9:30, and all that. So basically, in Michigan, we get 3 months of summer, and if people do all the tournaments on the weekends, that's our time to do stuff. Especially living along the lake. Weekends become very busy for me, and I missed the Game Explain tournament, and I was 2 hours late to the Player Essence tournament. So I wanted to do something for anyone like me that lives in the northern states, where we really relish our time in the warmth. We don't get a lot of it, so it means quite a bit to us to have these 3 months of good weather. So yeah, on the weekends especially, I work Monday through Friday every day. I mean, every week. I mean, the schedule never changes. So weekends are my time to see my friends and have cookouts and bonfires and birthday parties and graduation parties, all that stuff. So that's why I chose to try a weeknight, and I picked Thursday. It was going to be Wednesday or Thursday, and then Francis from Player Essence said Thursday works good for him. So I was like, that's all I needed to hear. I'm trying to make it so get as many people as possible. No one else really submitted any days that worked for them, so I went with that. 9:30 Eastern time is the starting time. That gives the West Coasters over there, a little bit of time if they get out of work at 5 or whatever. They have a chance to make it, and the East Coasters like me, we're not gonna be up super late if you got to get up and work in the morning. So I chose a 16 race event. I gave it an hour time slot, but I think 16 races would be less than an hour. And the first one's going to be just, standard rules, 150cc, all items, all vehicles, the standard stuff. But what I want to do, and this is where some feedback might be appreciated, but I'm pretty set on this idea, is I'm going to take the class 150, 150cc. I'm going to give them a number. I'm going to roll a dice each week. It's going to be randomly picking certain things like the class, the vehicles, and the weapons or items, if you will. Those are going to be the things that are going to be random, and there might be a few other things I do. So I'm going to associate them with a number. I'm going to roll a dice every Monday or Tuesday before the next tournament, and if it's 50cc, 50cc. It's whatever it turns up on the dice. If it's shells only, that's what we're going to play. If it's bikes only, karts only, it's just going to be that way, because that way it's not just the same old, and gives them a reason to try some other things. Like, if someone never tries a motorcycle, if it's bikes only, then they're going to have to try a motorcycle. And the items thing, we might find combinations that people really like. Like, in theory, you think it would suck with only banana peels or something, or only shells, but it might turn out to be really fun. So that's why I wanted to kind of mix it up and have it be random, so that no one's bitching and complaining. It could, we could very well see the same thing 2 weeks in a row, but it's not that likely. And so yeah, that's just kind of my thoughts. If anyone else has any suggestions, or we'll see how it goes. Basically, if the first one goes well, we'll just keep doing it that way. And I know not everybody's gonna be able to make it every time. I'm not expecting a huge turnout. I'm not Game Explain, I'm not Player Essence, so I'm not expecting huge turnouts. But if anyone does participate, I really appreciate that. I'd love to see some of my favorite YouTubers on the track at some point, whether it's in my tournament or Player Essence or Game Explain. The Zen Gamer seems to be dominating by the videos he's posting. I'd love to take him on, or like Mizza T, Twilight Bites. We haven't had a chance to play yet. Red Knight. There's so many. Fat Gamer. Francis. I haven't played him yet from Player Essence. So there's a lot of people that I would like to race against, but like I was saying earlier, my skills aren't quite honed yet. I haven't even really dabbled in the 150cc too much. So the few I played some online, a couple hours worth, I was averaging about 6th place. So I'm not expecting to win this tournament. I'm going to practice as soon as this video is over. I'm going to practice tomorrow as well. But it's all about having fun and stuff. And yeah, it'd be nice to win and have some bragging rights. And I will encourage trash talking leading up to the tournament. There is a community that gets created in the Miiverse for every active lobby or tournament, whatever you want to call it. So I'd like a little friendly trash talking and stuff. That would be cool. And hopefully it's not just the same person winning every time either. So I think 16 races is short enough that you're not going to want to mess up a couple races. That could really ruin it for you. It's going to be kind of like the football season, where every race is going to be important. Puts a little more pressure on it. Whereas if you just did a 5-6 hour, and whoever had the most points, it's basically whoever raced the longest has the best chance. Like if 5 people raced every single race, they're going to have the best chance of winning. It's going to be between those 5 people versus somebody that missed a half hour, missed an hour. So I think just doing 16 races gives it a better competitive feeling, because every race is going to be important. So that's my thoughts, and that's kind of why I chose to do it that way. And I'll take any suggestions and stuff, and maybe we'll tweak it as we go. But yeah, it's going to be weekly on Thursday nights, starting 9:30. That's Eastern Time, 6:30 Pacific. And I hope to see everybody out there. I'm going to hold up the number. I'm also going to put it in the comments and stuff. But anybody watching this is the I don't know. It might be mirrored on Google, so I'll have to. I'll just have to put it in the comments. And anyone else that's watching this, my me name will be T_Juice. If you haven't raced with me before, Mario Kart doesn't show your Nintendo Network IDs, so I'll be T_Juice. And if you feel like it, follow me on there. I post fairly regularly on the Miiverse. And if you're watching this and you don't go to Google Plus very often, I highly recommend doing that. Basically, anyone that's got a YouTube channel, it's pretty much linked to Google Plus since Google owns YouTube. I think Google Plus is the way to go for keeping up on video game related stuff. I don't like going to Facebook because I don't have a separate Facebook account. I just have my personal account, and I don't really want to combine those two things. So I use Google Plus a lot. And if you're watching this and you don't visit Google Plus, there's a good app if you have an Android phone, and you just sign in, you know, your YouTube name and stuff. Everything works the same, and it's a good place to keep up with stuff. And Red Knight has his Active Gamer Life community. That's how I met a few other people like Twilight Bites and Pat Powered Up. It's just a cool way to just keep it strictly gaming, because you don't have to sift through, well, this is, you know, my aunt posting something on Facebook. You know, you don't have to sift through that crap. It's all gaming stuff, and I really like it. I know some people don't like Google Plus, but for me, I think it's a good place to go, one stop for seeing what everybody's up to and stuff. And that's how I'll keep everyone up to date on tournaments, and that's how like, okay, here's the new rules for this week. I might do a video each time, just kind of maybe even do a live like video of me like random, like rolling the dice, so that we can see what the rules are going to be each time. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet, but yeah, that's just Google Plus is the place to be for that. And real quick, I just want to talk about the Mario Kart 8 sales that were reported. I know everyone's talked about this already, but 1.2 million in the 3 days that was actually sold to customers, probably digital and retail, because it was an official report from Nintendo. I think that's great. I predicted between 700 and 800,000, so I was low, and my friend thought I was crazy for even thinking to do 500,000. So it overdid on just about everyone's expectations, and I think that's a good sign. And if it's anything like any of the other Nintendo games or Wii U games, it's going to have pretty long legs. Mario Kart on the Wii launched, I think, at like 1.1 million or something, and then later on, maybe towards the holidays, it had another million week, you know, and it was just kind of constantly good numbers, and then, you know, it had a couple spikes. So maybe this will be similar. I'm hoping the Wii U console sales are going to go way up for this week, and then continue with, you know, E3 coming. There's a lot of you know, potential hype to be had at E3 with showing Zelda and, you know, whatever surprises they have in store. And their digital event, I mean, it sounds like it's going to be cool, but that Smash tournament, that's going to be pretty epic. I see it starts at 7 p.m. Pacific time on Tuesday, June 10th. I took a half day off of work, so I want to catch the digital event live and all the E3, the Treehouse stuff, the Nintendo Minute. There's going to be a live show immediately following the digital event, and I'm really looking forward to seeing that, where they're actually going to talk about what we just saw and then maybe even show us some more stuff. So it's going to be pretty exciting, and hopefully the Wii U and Nintendo can build upon the momentum started with Mario Kart 8. I know Watch Dogs and Ubisoft they put out their sales numbers, and, you know, it kind of overtook Mario Kart 8's steam a little bit. So you know, let's see. I think E3 is going to be really good for Nintendo, and I'd like to see the Wii U continue to sell. I think it's a great system, and there's just some amazing games on there. And, you know, if you guys watched my last video, I was talking to Francis about how I had some friends over that were PC gamers, and the one guy he's a big Smash fan, and he played Mario Kart 8 with us on Saturday, had fun, and then today at work he's like, so when's that Smash game come out? You know, he had interest that he didn't have before. So I encourage people that have Mario Kart 8, you have friends that are interested in gaming a little bit or whatever, get them over, see that game, play it 4-player split screen. You'll have a blast, and, you know, potentially plant some seeds in people's minds for, you know, future Wii U owners. So I think that's really good. I think the 1.2 million was great. It's what Nintendo needs, and hopefully we'll see the game continue to sell and not just be like, one big peak and then drop way off like a lot of big third-party games do. So yeah, it's an exciting time. I can't hide my fanboyism here. I was very excited to see that 1.2 million report, and it kind of just gave me a smile when I read that, and I knew that there would be some haters and stuff trying to damage control or whatever you want to call it, but it mostly was positive. Almost everybody had positive things to say about the whole thing, and I mentioned the Watch Dogs. They announced their numbers, and the one thing I want to say is when a company uses unusual wording to say something, that usually means you can't exactly trust it. And I think they said that they had 4 million sell through, or I forget the exact wording, but it was just some odd choice of words. And I'm going to predict right now that that's shipped, not sold to customers. It's just, if it was sold, you would just say 4 million sold. You wouldn't have said sold through. It's just a weird situation, and I wouldn't be surprised if we find out later on that was just units shipped, and the game sales were closer to maybe 2.5, 3 million, 3.5 million, or something like that. You never can trust big corporations, and Ubisoft's one of the worst offenders after EA, I think, for kind of misleading the consumers, especially with the Watch Dogs E3 2012 demo that just blows away what the final game looks like. And so just people keep your expectations, or wait for the actual full report to come out. I think it's going to be less than 4, but it's still great. Even if it was 2 million, that's still great for a new franchise and stuff. And the game's getting decent reviews, so I'm not hating on that. I just don't trust Ubisoft at this point in time, and I don't trust that the wording of that 4 million sold through. I have a feeling that's going to be shipped to retailers, but that's just my 2 cents. I could be way off. But anyway, I don't have much else to say. I don't have any comments or questions, so I'm going to get practicing for Thursday night. And if Player Essence does another tournament this weekend or in the future on weekends, I'm definitely going to try to get in on that. But I think, like I said earlier, Thursday night, 9:30, kind of gives you something to look forward to, towards the middle end of the week. And hopefully the West Coast guys and gals can make the 9:30 time slot. It will be 6:30 for them, and hopefully it's not too late for some people on the East Coast. But I think it's going to be fun, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And I'm going to go practice so I don't finish last place in the tournament, and encourage you guys to do the same. So with that, that's really all I have to say. We'll see you guys on the next video, and we'll hopefully see you in the tournament. So have a good one.